the next category is clever concept. And like I said, this is the pet rock category. This is the create a buzz category. And so does it push boundaries? Is it clever? Is it highly novel? Does it show genuine creativity? Does it have a buzz factor? Does it get people talking about it on the internet? And, you know, on YouTube, does it go viral, right? So this is the clever concept category. I want to bring up Michael Silver, who's actually one of our entrepreneurs in residence this semester. He's here to consult with you guys, but he's also the owner of GlowRage. So Michael?
Thanks, Jim. Wow, it's loud. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. So yeah, like you said, my name is Michael Silver. I'm the co-owner and COO of GlowRage Events Incorporated. And all the other businesses here, but today I'm going to talk to you about GlowRage and how it specifically is a clever concept, in my opinion. But I think it's important before I start talking about GlowRage that I tell you kind of about how I got here. When I was in 10th grade in Algebra 2 class, I met a guy named Tyler, and he said, "Hey, man, it would be really cool to book a concert." I said, "Hey, man, I've been to a couple of those. I think I could put one on." So I had a couple friends that played in rock bands, and so it turns out people liked to go to these. And the first one was really successful. We did it at a venue inside of University Mall, RIP. We had 5 local bands and 2 touring bands, and like 300 people came out. And as a 16-year-old, to make $500 in one night was it was awesome. I mean, I thought I was kind of on top of the world then. Little did I know that this was kind of the stepping stone to be in the entertainment industry for 13 years now. You can do the math and figure how old I am. So I have played roles from runner to concert promoter to promoter rep to tour manager to lead singer to label rep to pretty much I ran the gambit on the entertainment industry, kind of trying to make it work while I was doing other jobs until 2013 when I found GlowRage, or well, they kind of found me. So I was working a job while I was going to school here for my degree in IT. I was working a job at Sherwood Elementary as a tech coordinator. I had a group of 3rd graders in the classroom, and I was teaching them typing. My phone rang. It was a guy named Marcus. Marcus ran a venue here called Live Nightclub for a while, and I went and interviewed. I didn't get the job, but he said, "Hey, I'll call you when I have something for you," and I will have something for you, but I'll call you. So the phone rang while I had that group of 3rd graders in there, and so I stepped out, took the call. He said, "Hey, I have something for you." I said, "Okay, what's up? Do you know how to do lights?" "Well, I'm sure I can figure it out." So that weekend I went to an event in Mobile, and what I saw, I just thought it was the coolest thing. My whole experience was dealing with bands, some DJs, and you had a stage. You had a stage and you had a crowd, and that was pretty much it. So I came out. I thought it was awesome. This is me at one of my first events. I had rigged up a MIDI keyboard to do lights on, and so I was like playing the piano and doing lights, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I wanted to find the clever concept so I can kind of check off all the boxes here. The clever concept, does it push the boundaries? Is it clever? Is it novel? Does it show creativity? So on and so forth. So in my opinion, we really check all the boxes. This is a picture from one of my parties in Mobile. I think it's really clever that we could go in and you don't have to have a lead singer. You don't have to have a guitar player. You can have like a band who can be in 10 places at once. And that to me was the most appealing, was that, hey, I saw this. I said, "Hey man, wouldn't it be cool if we could do more than one event in one night?" So I joined the team. I got on board. I think I was making $100 a night to start. And shortly, about 6 months later, I made a buy into the company. Now I'm a part owner, and I pretty much run all the day-to-day business of the company. So we developed that from being a party that could do one party in a night to where at the end of August we had 10 events in one night and 55 in 1 week, all around the world, well, all around the continental US, and then we had a couple in Canada. And there was a big change from that, going from one event to 10 events, and I just thought that the to me is the most clever thing, that you can just go from one event to 10 events in one night. This is a picture of me actually at one of the events, one of the 10 events that night. Hold on, let me check my notes here. So another part of the grading rubric is creativity. In my opinion, I think that we're an extremely creative event, from the graphic design of the flyer to the lighting design that the lighting designer would put up, the configurations that they would do, to the tracks that the DJs would play to take you on a journey throughout the night, and at one point, the go-go dancers that were doing interpretive dance on stage and throwing paint all over people. And then you have the fans who come out to the event. You know, one of our most popular videos on YouTube that went pretty viral on YouTube, it was what to wear, and it was a guy that we had working for us, and he cut up an outfit, and so we really encourage people to like make their own outfits. This is a party that you're not going to dress up like you're going to the normal club. You're going to like cut up a t-shirt and, you know, wear some old shoes, and so it really allows people to be creative with their outfits as they're coming to the events. Our videos on YouTube and Facebook typically get like 200,000 views. So going viral is something that pretty much happens pretty regularly. And like I said, to me, the real clever part was seeing something that was so small, that was in one or two places. And it was here, Mobile, and Dothan, Alabama. And since I had been booking tours, I was like, hey, why don't we do more? And so I just think that was the most clever part of it, that you could just take it and double it, triple it, 10 times it. And so when we started, it was like we would do one event, we would rent out a venue, do one event, promote the event, and hope enough people came out. But then through one degree, this is some people being creative here. Through one degree of separation, I met an agency who was the largest in the college market. One degree of separation got me a phone call with them, landed a partnership with them, and they started representing us. And since then, I found out today, I did the math, we've paid them over $1 million in commissions. So I think they're pretty glad that they took my call. And I always say that I would rather take, when you have an artist and you have an agent, you have to pay about 15 to 20%. So I always say I would rather have 85% of something than 100% of nothing. I couldn't have booked all these shows. This is 600 plus events that we put on through them. So in conclusion, if there's anything that I want you to take off of this call, is that kind of anything's possible. Take the call. If somebody calls you and says, hey, can you come do something this weekend? If it seems cool and seems like it might have a possibility, you should do it. And if you find an opportunity and you think you could be good at something, then you should do it and push for it. What have you got to lose? I made $100 my first time, and now I've been doing it for 5 years now. I own my own house, I have a car. I am not like making $150 a night anymore, trying to scrape by. But to me, the coolest thing was that this agency landed us contracts with the U.S. military, and so I got to go to Guantanamo Bay twice. We invaded Cuba with Young Jock. Real story. I went to Africa, Japan, a full tour of Japan, Guam, and so it really allowed me to do so many cool things. And so in conclusion, as Jim said earlier, I'm going to be the student entrepreneur consultant in residence at the Center for Entrepreneurship. So if you guys have any business ideas, I'm like a little closer to your age, and so I would love to help you any way that I can. And thanks for having me, and thank you. Oh yeah, here's my commercial. Is it fine? On the 27th, we're doing a GlowRage paint party on the Cannon Green, as we do every year with ATO as a benefit to SAVE, Suicide Awareness, Voices Education. And that's on the 27th, and I think student tickets are $5 or $10, so please come out, and thanks for listening.
Yep. What time?
9.
September 27 at 9. Again, don't encourage the phones, but got to add that to the calendar. So, well, thank you, Michael. And another great example, clever concept, very interesting idea, and ends up being profitable at the same time. Not a bad gig.